Yeah, Coach. Obviously, it was a game of runs tonight, but you guys had the final defining one. Just maybe speak to the way you guys closed the game and how significant that was when, could have folded it up after the way Dallas started that third quarter.
Yeah, and Chris said it best in the locker room. Our second unit came in the third and got us going. They played with a great deal of juice and tenacity, and they were able to weather the storm. Dallas just had it going. Luka hit some tough shots, and we tried our best not to foul him tonight. I think we did a really good job of that, but that third quarter could have gone really bad for us. And our second unit came in, led by Langston. His ability to come off and make plays. And I thought Etuan, that post up he had was a big bucket for us because we were a bit in mud. And then to close the game out, Chris's ability to read the pick and roll defenses, knock down shots, finding Jay for the big three, like those are moments for us that will allow us to grow in closing segments of the game. So I'm proud of the resiliency of this team. I say it all the time, but we looked like we were in mud a little bit in the third for whatever reason, and we got it back. The second unit played well, and then the starters came back in and did a really good job.
And just to follow up, you've seen Chris do that so many times at the end of games, but to see it again when it's, when there's a situation, it's 96, and then he make play after play, just as a coach, the comfort in that, knowing he can do that.
Well, I think there's obviously a comfort in, having a guy like that with the ball, but, knowing that his intention is to make a play for the team. It could be for him to get a shot or someone else, but I think the game is a bit slower for him down the stretch. I don't know what that is, the gene, or he just has it. But before that, we just got stops. I mean, before those last few shots they hit at the end, they didn't score much after that 96 segment. And so the defense allowed for him to, play and flow and not have to play against the set defense. And, that's what Chris does.
Next is Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports, followed by Christos Saltis.
Hey, Monty, you guys had 31 free throws tonight. I know you love that number. How does that make you feel to preach downhill basketball and then get the results there?
Well, I think when you play in 0.5 and just touch the paint, you have a chance. Your chances go higher and higher as the game progresses because you begin to get into the other team's legs. And I think teams will start to reach. It's a natural tendency. And so the more we touch the paint, the more we seal in the paint. I thought DA's seals tonight were phenomenal. And he was able to get their guys in some tough situations. But when we play in 0.5 and attack the paint, we play with a violence on offense, controlled. But when we play that way, you have nights like this, and we took advantage of it.
Next is Christos Saltis with Sport DNA in Greece, followed by Dwayne Rankin.
Hello, Coach. Congratulations on the win. How enjoyable for you was DeAndre Ayton's performance tonight, because he dominated in the paint, and what it means the way that you won tonight?
Well, he had 17 rebounds. Like, that's really hard to do in the NBA, especially with all the threes being shot. There's a lot of long rebounds. And so for him to get 17, it's huge for us. And when you don't have Dario and you don't have Devin out there generating offense, we need to get stops. And his ability to rebound misses helps us a ton. And down the stretch, that's what happened. We rebounded, we got it to Chris, we got organized, and it was a good segment for us. But his ability to dominate the boards is huge for us.
Next is Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic, and then Gina Mizell.
Yeah, Coach, you and the players have talked about hanging your hat on defense. And outside of that third quarter for Doncic, it was pretty much, forcing him to take tough shots or forcing him to kick. Just to speak to maybe the defensive effort on him overall tonight.
Well, I mean, like I said in the pregame, it's hard to stop him, man. I mean, he can get to the basket, and he's You know, I thought when he came into the league, he was like 6'4". Then you stand next to him in the game, he looks like he's 6'7". And he's a nice sized young man. So when he gets to the basket, he's so strong, he can push guys off without getting an offensive foul. And then he's got great footwork. And so the discipline to not foul him is huge for us. I thought we did a good job of staying down on pump fakes on him. He got DA the one time in the left corner. But other than that, I thought we did a good job of not going for his pump fakes. But he's a phenomenal player offensively, and he has great vision. So you're playing against his scoring and you're playing against his passing every time he touches the ball.
And just a quick follow, you got a day in between playing them again. You spoke just about being like a playoff series. What do you want to do in the next 24, 48 hours to get ready for Dallas again?
Well, the guys get to enjoy it. You know what I mean? That's the natural tendency. You know, coach speak is me telling you guys I'm going to go back and watch film till 2 a.m. and take notes. But the reality is our guys deserve to enjoy the win tonight. And then tomorrow, you know, we'll turn the page, we'll come practice, we'll look at some things we can get better at, and then get ready for another game here. So all of these experiences help us tremendously because we haven't had this group together. We haven't had these experiences. So it should help us going forward.
Final question is Gina Mizell with Suns.com.
Hey, Monty, you talked about the bench and kind of the boost that they gave you guys in the second half to start the comeback. But and that group with Langston, but with Etuan, Abdul, Frank, even, it's like we've talked about the depth of this team, but like those, particularly Abdul, Frank, and Etuan are guys that like weren't in the rotation until you guys kind of got hit with injuries and stuff. And so I guess maybe just what has allowed them to come in and click the way they have the last couple games, and just maybe what does it say about them that I know that the cliche is always be ready and stay ready, but the fact that they actually have done that and have been really productive the last few games.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at their careers, they've all had to do that. You know, Langston's been a guy that's come off the bench in New Orleans and Detroit. Etuan did the same thing in New Orleans, and Dooley did it in OKC. So we had Frank in that role. So those guys know, like, when they come into the game, they just have to be all-stars in their role. And for us, that's playing hard on defense with multiple efforts. And on offense, they do a really good job of ball movement, body movement, and playing in 0.5. I just think they know their roles and they don't get outside of that. You know, you don't see those guys playing off the dribble or trying to be Chris. Like, nobody's trying to do that. Those guys know that they have to play within the system. If they do it at a high level, you know, it really helps our team.
Yeah, Langston, coach gave the bench credit for getting you guys back in the game after being down 15 early in that third. What do you feel like you guys did well to stem the run and get you guys within striking distance going into the fourth?
I think coach giving us this opportunity to go out there and he really put us in position that we could be successful. And I think we got a couple stops, got a couple runouts, and we really just changed the game. Just tried to bring the energy to the game. We thought that it was kind of slipping away from us, so we pulled it back, got it to 5, then we tied it up. So we just tried to keep on pushing, and I think that was the biggest thing for us was getting stops and getting out, and we made the most of our minutes out there.
And just a follow-up, you know, your initial start here was hitting threes, so it kind of gave a perception that that's, you know, your big thing. But obviously, I haven't watched you in Detroit. You get to the rim, you make other plays. How big was it for you to the line, and that really, you know, fueled you guys? You guys went 27-31 from the strike.
Yeah, no, I mean, everybody's gonna see the stats on how well I shoot the ball, but I really bring a lot of other assets to the game. Get to the basket, my defensive presence, just trying to pick up full court every single night, just trying to cause havoc out there and just showcase that, hey, look, I can really do a lot of other things. So just try to keep my foot on the pedal and just keep on pushing throughout the game, because I haven't really been playing that many minutes. So getting an opportunity to go out there and play this many minutes is key.
Next is Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports, followed by Christos Saltis.
Hey, Langston, you've been going out there with Etuan the past couple of games. How do you vibe with him on the court, and how does it feel compared to playing with someone like Cam?
Yeah, me and Etuan, we go back to our New Orleans days when I was there with him, and get an opportunity to play with another guy that I call my brother because me and him are really close, and just get an opportunity to like I said, get on the court. I think both of us kind of feed off each other, trying to just make plays and try to find a way to help the team any way possible. So that's huge for us to get the opportunity. Coach call our name, and we just go out there and contribute as best we can.
Next is Christos Saltis from Greece, followed by Dave King.
Hello, Langston. Congratulations on the win. How important for the whole team was to bring energy, and especially for you to coming from the bench and bring energy on both ends of the floor? How important was that situation, and what did you see from DeAndre Ayton's performance tonight?
Yeah, bringing energy, 48 minutes is huge. But at the same time too, it's like I mentioned, like we saw the first unit was kind of slipping with the energy, and we were kind of falling away from the lead. And I think that us coming in the second unit, just trying to find a way to make the most of our minutes and just change the game any way possible. And I think that's what, the second unit's job is either come out there, change the energy, or push it or extend the lead like the other night. So I think that's the biggest thing. And then going on DA, I mean, he's been having some monster games lately. And this was another night that he really showcased that when he's in the paint, going through people, getting rebounds, it changes the game. It really showcases that, hey, he's a dominant presence in this league, and just got to do it on a night-to-night basis. And I mean, he's the anchor of our team.
Next up is Dave King with Bright Side of the Sun.
Hey, Langston, how tough is it for you? Because you've got such a deep guard rotation here, and right now you and Etuan are getting minutes. You talked about playing with him, are getting minutes because of the injuries and all. And how tough is it to go game to game not knowing what your minutes are going to be and what your playing time is going to be?
Just having that mentality of just staying ready. That's the mentality I go in every single game. If I play 1 minute or I play 15 minutes, 20 minutes, like I'm always just staying ready. And whenever coach calls my number, I get out there, contribute as best I can, whatever's needed in that moment. So I think that's my mentality every single game, every single night, and it's not going to change. So like getting that opportunity, it means a lot.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, Chris, obviously it was 96-96, and you guys closed that half on had that 9-0 run to basically seal the game. Just your thoughts on finishing the game the right way and being able to come out with a win when has been an issue earlier in the year.
Man, we just executed on both ends, offensively and defensively, and it was nice to put it together and show that we're capable of doing it. Made some timely plays, some big shots. Mikhail was amazing defensively all night long, but we won this game because of that second unit in the third quarter. Langston Galloway and that crew, they really did this for us.
Next is Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports. Final question will be Landon Buford.
Hey, Chris, it feels like your two-man game with DeAndre keeps getting better. He was running the floor really well tonight. What have you seen from him in terms of that relationship growing in that pick and roll game?
We're getting there. We're getting there. It's getting fun, man. These things take time, and it's a trust factor. I'm still turning it over a few times, trying to get it inside to him, but we getting there, and we're gonna keep working on it.
Final question is Landon Buford with Forbes.
Hey, Chris, to follow up on that question, what do you think on DeAndre Ayton's ceiling is?
I mean, he's in full control of that. DA is, he'll be the first to tell you he's not a traditional big. The way that he can run the court, move his feet, he can shoot the ball, he can post up, he's athletic. So it's great to see it coming together for him right now.
Your first, DeAndre, how's the shoulder? Looked like you took a tough collision there with James.
Yeah, that was a tough one, but I'm dominating. I don't feel that, but I had to get back in there. So I just, like back in the day, throwing some icy out. I'm good. A little scratch.
Okay, didn't look like a little scratch, but okay. Just wanted to follow that up. Just to come back from that and had the kind of performance you had. Coach was saying before the game how when you play with force and energy, you can start changing that narrative of what people may think you are and what you actually are. How big do you feel like you responded after that hit and played the way you played?
It woke me up. Right away, I just thought to myself, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna feel nothing like this throughout the whole game. So I'm gonna just get up off this chair and start warming this thing back up because I know my team needs me. So I wasn't gonna sit there and watch that and babysit this thing. I'll tell you that.
Next is Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports, and then Dave King.
Hey, DeAndre, Monty played you pretty much the entire last 13 minutes. How did it feel to have your coach trust you like that to play those extended minutes when the game's on the line?
Man, I just got to show him. I feel so honored and, just to be in those crunch time minutes, especially, I was happy that I wasn't in no foul trouble, down the stretch. I could be out there with my teammates and we could get the job done. So big ups to coach for, trusting me and believing in me to hold it down. And, just our guys just, talking to me on the defensive end, about awareness, time and awareness, and just knowing I'm out on the floor. So it's just all came together, to be honest. It was fun.
Next is Dave King with Bright Side of the Sun, followed by Christos Saltis.
Hey, DA. So following up on the foul trouble thing, it looks like obviously tonight you didn't have any foul trouble and you could play as many minutes as you wanted. Do you have a feel for the kind of fouls that are going to be called against you game to game, or is it really like you have no idea why it's sometimes a foul, sometimes it's not?
No, I do. It's certain aggression plays I have, especially on the offensive end, but it was definitely me being the aggressor, showing too much maybe in certain plays or certain situations. So I definitely learned my way around and, went to, just foul or give a really good foul and, not giving those petty fouls where it could cost me in the long run.
Next is Christos Saltis from Greece, and then Dwayne Rankin.
Hello, DA. Congratulations on the win and your performance. What it means, the way that you respond after the loss, after a tough loss against OKC, what it means about your mentality as a team and about you. How do you feel on the court? You feel like you're a dominant center?
My teammates put a lot of trust in me to, really be that anchor on the defensive end. And, offense will come. We have a lot of pieces and a lot of talent, but most definitely that defensive end, that's what get our team going. That's what help us win games. And, I'm just happy to be that center that could do everything. And, it's a lot, but, I love the load. I love the pressure. And, what makes this team what it is right now. And, defense is helping us win games. So I'm going to stick to being that dominant, big down low on that defensive end.
Last two questions will be Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic and Gina Mizell.
Yeah, before you got on, Kellen asked Chris about your connection with Chris Paul, and he was saying, we're getting there. How excited are you about that? You guys are getting there, getting closer to the way you guys want to be as far as chemistry.
I'm going to tell you a little inside, little message. But I've been watching Lob City before the games. To be honest, I've been watching when he was with the Clippers. I've been watching how DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin peel out of them pick and rolls every time. Just knowing what he like, and it's just the whole game. And once you keep doing that, being the first big down, and just getting these angles on these bigs, eventually they're gonna get tired of seeing that mid range, man, and they're gonna start reading, start switching. And I got the little guy and. It's just me in the rim. So it all works good, and it's just he's right. We are coming along, and we are going to get better at it. So I love it, man. We're finally in some tip-top condition where we can just keep going and have more reps throughout the game.
Thanks, DeAndre.
Final question is Gina Mizell with Suns.com.
Hey, DA, Dwayne actually stole my question, but I'll ask you this one. Just you guys are now used to doing this, playing the same team twice in a row. I think this is the first time you guys will get a day in between, but just what have you learned about that process? Some other guys have kind of compared it to a playoff type atmosphere, a series type atmosphere, but just do you like playing the same team twice in a row? Does it allow you guys to make corrections, or just how do you kind of work through that as a player?
I love it, but mind you, playing in the bubble, they showed us a spurt of that, playing the same team damn near twice or, throughout the same week. And, you know, just seeing the team right there, you know, the team's coming off the court, right, when you come off the court. So just being around that, seeing your opponents. I mean, yeah, it is like a playoff. I've never been to playoffs, but, you know, coach says it's like a playoff game, being that locked into your opponents. You know, the games is way harder to me. It feel like, you know, teams are way more locked into their opponents, especially when you seeing each other, you know, 2 days in a row, or, you know, you got to play each other 2 times in a row. So it's just, you know, competing and just knowing your team, your opponent's strategy, and, you know, shutting that down, especially when you're playing them constantly like that. So just knowing they bread and butter and stopping it, and, you know, guarding their other actions and secondary actions, and, you know, just putting their whole team on lockdown, just a study of the game.
One last quick one. How soon or how quickly were you able to get a custom mask? I've seen you and Book both have one now. So how'd that happen?
Oh, it happened a while ago. You know, I've been wanting my own mask, and, you know, Puma hooked it up for me most definitely.